pulls out what is now known as an AK-47 and starts shooting at all the cars. He actually shot at the sheriff's actual sheriff of Phelps County in front of a business. He then was shooting at the St. Robert officer, who is the right behind the vehicle, and a maroon car, which I think is a Pulaski County deputy, and I was third. The Pulaski County deputy, I'll call it, spun out when he was shooting at him, which put me second in the pursuit, and we pursued him through town. He was again pulling the assault rifle out and shooting at cars as passing and at us as we were pursuing him. We then went into the T intersection, which is over by the high school. I chose to take another location to try to cut him off, got out my shoulder weapon. He then drove in front of the high school, and he stared at me, and he was about 30 feet away. There was possible students behind him, so I couldn't fire. We then continued, and I lost him. The St. Robert officer stayed with him, and I paralleled him along with the sheriff's deputies here and my officers, and he got out of the vehicle and ran into a building. We have a blood trail going into the building and then leaving the building. We did locate an AK-47 on the other side of the building, and that's the basics of it.
So he's shooting at you and your officers and these other law enforcement agencies right in the middle of Rolla here?
Correct. I've never seen anything like it. We've had a lot of people with weapons that threaten and stick them out the window, etc., but he was firing a full auto and changing magazines out the windows and just sticking it out and shooting randomly, and there were citizens all over.
Any idea which direction he's heading, Chief?
Don't really have a clue. I mean, obviously we did find some crystal meth in the car that he wrecked, so what kind of high he's on we don't know, so how's that going to confuse his thinking? We're not sure. He could have headed anywhere on I-44 either direction. He could still be in Rolla and pulled into some place hiding out. We're not sure. Of course, we have the Highway Patrol, Sheriff's Department, all law enforcement university are in cooperation in this. We're setting up a large perimeter and smaller perimeters, roving patrol. We have the Highway Patrol SWAT teams here, helicopters from the Highway Patrol, FBI is assisting us, so just great cooperation. I'm going to miss a lot of people, and it's just cooperation from all agencies to try to solve this.
Chief, who is this guy? How do you know who he is? Is he in the military? Does he have a history?
Truthfully, I've got a couple of different reports on it. First, I was told he was in the military, then not, and we are trying to confirm all this information. Again, as with anything, it's so chaotic right now for us to confirm everything, and we don't want to put out just information that's not true.
Is there a bullet-riddled car up there?
We verified his identity through the law enforcement agency started a pursuit and contacting Fort Leonard Wood, and through those sources somebody knew for sure who it was.
Is there a car up there that has bullet holes in it? Some students were saying they saw a bunch of
Correct.
bullet holes
the car where he abandoned it, it's on a dead end at the drive across from 63 and University Drive on University property.
Was that the suspect's car, or did he steal that one also?
That, I'll have to ask somebody else if they know. I'm not sure if that was his car or a stolen car. I haven't heard of a stolen car, so I may assume it's his, but I'm not sure.
That's the
Chief,
Magnum?
the individual car that he stole here in Rolla, is there any connection between that car and a person he may know here?
No, none whatsoever. The mayor and I personally know this person, and no, they have no
Did
connection.
officers fire back?
Yes, I don't have all the, I know that we've had different law enforcement agencies that say they shot at him. How many at this point in time, I don't know. I know Rolla police shot at him, and I have word that possibly sheriff's deputies in the other counties, so we're still gathering all that information.
So there's a blood trail going into this building.
That's
so do you believe he was hit?
We're trying to confirm, and it's hard to confirm, but whether he was hit with a bullet, fragments of glass, or he did hit several cars, is it an accident-related injury? We're not sure at this time.
And do you think that he didn't take off in the stolen car, or was that car hit and he ditched that car as well?
Well, at this point in time, the car that after the original car that he exited, ran through the building and then went into the wooded area over here, and we had word he crossed the interstate. We were trying to set up a perimeter. He took a car over there, and that's the last vehicle we're aware of, which is the gray car we talked about.
So nobody's hurt, as far as you know?
No civilians at this point in time. We have not got any reports of casualties or injuries.
So where does S&T come into this whole thing?
He actually went through the Missouri S&T property up through their classrooms and buildings. It used to be a street, and they closed it down, and now they use it for areas for students to gather and do certain events, and they actually drove up on there and exited from there, went through a university building on the south side, and it's right on their side of this church, and then exited the other side of the building from what we understand.
Chief, you described several shots. Can you say with more specificity how many shots the suspect fired?
I heard before I got involved 20 shots, and again, this is all very quick information, not saying it's 100% accurate. I can attest to probably 35 shots during the time from the business loops and coming back before he wrecked the vehicle. Excuse me.
Do you know where the search is right now, Chief?
Again, all agencies, we put our heads together, and our best, what we've come up with is a large perimeter, a roving patrol, and we're also concerned about him having to set back to St. Robert. So we've St. Robert SWAT team and the Pulaski County and the highway patrols down there. We're in basically Phelps County and Pulaski County this time, with patrols searching buildings. The highway patrol SWAT teams are searching the university buildings. We had, which probably will come out sometime, we've had a report that there was 2 suspects in the vehicle. That came from a civilian who videotaped part of this, and I haven't seen a videotape, and what I was told from law enforcement that looked at it, that it really wasn't that good of quality. And he said there was 2 people in the vehicle. I only observed, and the law enforcement I talked to, 1 person in the vehicle driving. So again, we're checking into all this.
Now, what's on lockdown still?
We've got the